Panda anthem.
Ian, what's up?
Red Panda anthem.
Red Panda, what's good?
Red Panda anthem.
It's your boy.
And let's have an amazing show. Someone told me this is episode 100 technically. So Keys, thank you for being here. Troy Rashad, thank you.
Oh, 100.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Put some 100s in the chat.
So
I know we're going to keep it 100. 99. You know
all the way through. So since we have our amazing guest here, Shadi, I know I had a lineup, but if you want to, we can start with Keys and get right into it if you like to.
Yeah. Well, I think let's start with the Tesla. Let's start with Tesla.
The pressure.
Yeah. We give him. He's still putting together his notes.
Hey,
No,
I
I got my notes together. I'm ready, but
No, I'm
we
talking
got a star
about
in the
Keys.
building.
mean,
okay.
I mean,
Oh,
we can
come
go
on,
off
brother.
top of the tizzy, you know what I'm saying? But I
No.
want to let the people come in. We build up the pressure. Then
Build it up.
squeeze the gauge.
let
a little
the-
bit.
Squeeze the
people-
gauge.
Yeah, right.
All right. So
Gotcha.
let's start off with Tesla.
Yeah, let's do that.
So Tesla announced stock split today, which was interesting because they just split their stock 15 months ago, 5-1. I believe it was a 5-1 stock split.
Yeah.
And since then, Tesla's stock has doubled.
Mhm.
Now it's at close to $1,100 right now. It was
Yeah.
up $84 today on news of the stock split happening.
Potential. They're trying to get the
Potentially.
votes. Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to happen. Amazon, Google just announced their stock split.
21.
So first, let's start off with this because this was the talk of the stock market today. And my brother, Wall Street Trapper, shout out to Trap. He called me today on a FaceTime and he was like, I know y'all got Market Mondays tonight. I know it's going to be a big show. So I just want to make sure y'all talk about, the dividend. He made a post like when they
the
said like the
dividend.
dividends, it's not actual dividends, like how you look at, how you think about like a regular stock dividends. It's going to be dividends in the form of just more shares.
Mhm.
So he wanted me to say that to the public. He
Appreciate you,
definitely
Trap.
FaceTime me and thought that was something that people needed to know. So yeah, how do you feel about this Tesla stock split?
I mean, just off the initial speculation of it, obviously we saw the stock go up. So anybody that's been invested in Tesla, like we have, is just been like, all right, great. I'd just be interested to see what the ratio is going to be. I know the last one is 5-1. We've seen Google obviously do 20-1. We see Amazon do something similar. So I'm interested to see what the rate ratio is going to be. Also, they have to get the approvals, right? So that's why we said it is proposed, but that approval won't come to the fall. And so we have a few months before we can even decide on whether, 'cause a lot of people like, should I get in before the split? Or first, we got to get the votes, and that we won't know that until the fall. So, I mean, Tesla is already one of those stocks that we said we're long term in, and that's not going to change. Obviously, if it does split, better entry points for people who haven't gotten in. But for us who are already invested, it's just, all right, let's have this thing short term run up and see how long it can go.
Ian, what's your thoughts on Tesla?
Hopefully they'll do a 10-1 split. So the stock doubled, of course. It's been a pick in Red Panda Stock Club forever. So for those of you who have held on to a great job, but I think they need to do a 10-1. Very strategic move by Elon, because then I think he can start to push. And I told Stock Club this earlier. If you do a 10-1 split, now you can make the argument that you should be in the Dow, and that the value of Tesla for the American stock market and the American economy is central to our growth. It's more valuable than Ford and GM. Now they can push into the Dow 30. I think it would be a great move for them to do. So I'm hoping for a 10-1 split. Will they get the votes? It's a little bit of gesturing and posturing on Elon's part, but he's campaigning well, and I think it will happen in the next year or so.
Yeah, the 10-1 puts them in the $130-something range. And so, again, when Josh Brown gave us that gem, like most stocks that are in the Dow, they actually trade in between that range. And so, obviously, 10-1 would get them there. So, interesting insight right there.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why stock split is because, obviously it makes it more appealing for retail investors, but also we talk about indexes. And, that helps as far as the institutions buying them, pensions, hedge funds, different things of that nature. It just gives them more exposure on that once you get added to that index. So definitely, a 10-1 split would be very appealing, I think, to retail investors. That would price it a little more than $100 a share. So, anybody that $100 for a Tesla stock.
Yeah.
If you looked what it's done over the last couple of years, you would think that would be something that's appealing. Another thing I forgot. Another thing that Trap wanted me to mention is that I think he said that they have Germany. They have a plant in Germany, and they're going to produce 1 million cars in Germany. So yeah, he wanted me to talk about that also.
Even the day of the news today, they still put a halt on their factory in Shanghai for 4 days over COVID. But the inverse of that is right? So we see Amazon doing a 21 split, which will bring them down. They could potentially be added to the Dow. You have Google, which could potentially be added, or not Google, Tesla that could potentially be added. When they get added, they're going to be 2 companies that have to be removed. And so if people are looking as a hedge or trying to find a place to put, we should be looking at the companies in the Dow that aren't performing at the best right now, right? Because if those 2 are coming, we know 2 got to leave.
Yeah.
Do that homework right now. So everyone in chat, please put the 2 companies that probably will get replaced if Tesla and Amazon go in. It's always a game of who is the better player in that space, and can you get disrupted and moved out for a better company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's the companies now probably know who they are, right? Like they're watching, like, damn, they do this 10-1. We know we're on our way out, and so that's the interesting side of it as well.
Yeah. And it's a way to kind of fight against a major stock drop also, because like $1,000 is kind of lofty. It might not be worth that. It could easily drop to, 500. That's 50% drop. But if it does a 10-1 stock split, goes to $100 psychologically, that's way more reasonable than $1,000. I will say this: Tesla is not Amazon or Google. Just keep that in mind. I do believe in Tesla. I think that they're a very important company. They're one of the most important companies in the world. But there's a big difference between Tesla and Amazon and Google. There's a big difference. So just don't think that they're all the same, because they have high stock prices right now, and they might potentially split. Be careful with Tesla because it's still a very volatile stock, and it's not Google and it's not Amazon.
I don't know because
big difference.
You can make it very simple. Like they're not those 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to tell you guys, for those of you that are still holding Tesla 3-year target, I did update 1347 is the area that you guys, if you're in it now, can look. If you're on the trade side, can look to get out. I'll put the price in Stock Club early as well. But for everyone, 1347.28 is the area where you can look to exit if you ever trade there.
This that Red Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
This that Red Panda Anthem.
Red Panda, what's good?
Red Panda Anthem.
Your
Whole
boy.
clip going up. I know they can't stand it.